Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 driver career mode with Alpine, episode 50. The half century is up in terms of number of episodes, so yes. First of all though, I want to say a huge thank you for the support you showed on episode 1, that was out yesterday. Very good there. Also, by the way, we're currently on 311 subscribers at the time. The target for this year, 2021, is to get to 750. So if you have not yet subscribed, then please do. It's the big red button underneath the video, and it massively helps me out in sustaining the channel in terms of the future. But yes, here we are going into Bahrain. That, of course, that minor Sashi upgrade that we did in the previous episode has arrived, so that's going to put us ahead of McLaren, although again Racing Point were nowhere in the last episode and they apparently got the third fastest car on the grid. Now unfortunately we were slightly short on terms of resource points for that major weight redistribution upgrade, but fortunately we did claim as much the same enough basically through practice. So between practice and qualifying, that has been added as well, so that becoming hopefully in time for the Dutch Grand Prix round 3 as we move into qualifying then under the night sky here as we're getting ready to get into our car. And out on track then, as usual, outside the top 10. I mean, it's been about 2,000 years since we qualified inside the top 10 in this series. But, well, Ocon did do a lap, but he was down there as well. So the car isn't there yet. And going through into the latter half of the lap, we have made up 3.5 tenths. But through this final section we make up another tenth, so we're up almost 5 tenths up now on our previous best time. So obviously the first lap we just didn't get the optimum exit. In actual fact, through the final corner, 2 tenths gained, so that's definitely going to help, and it's only enough though for 13th. We made 6.5 tenths up and yet we still managed to end up 13th, but still at least though we're only 2 tenths off Ocon. That's the closest I think we've been to Ocon so far since we've been driving for Renault or Alpine, since Ocon's been our teammate. Obviously sandwiched from our teammate by the 2 racing points. We'll see what we can do though. 13th place on the grid. It's time for the race for today's Bahrain Grand Prix.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson joins me again for the race today. Can I get your take on Ferrari? We have a number of changes to the aerodynamic regulations this year, and the signs haven't looked good for them so far in terms of getting to grips with those changes.
There are a few downcast looks within the team this weekend. I think they've been hit fairly hard by the new regs. But this is only the first step down a long road of development, and even if they don't maximise their points today, there are plenty more up for grabs this season.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Gasly, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Albon, Magnussen, Vettel, Norris and Esteban Ocon, Stroll, Joe, Renault and Russell, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Nicholas Latifi and Daniel Kvyat, Matsushita and Nick de Vries. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Only a few places away from a points finish last race. We're hoping you can do it today.
Well, thanks, Jeff, for that little hint that we do need to score some points today. Well, I would like to see score some points. We would have done if the AI had all pitted for Inters in Australia, but nevertheless, we move 5 lights, 3, 2, 1, and they're off. And it's a good start, better than Zoe on the right hand side. Can we try and get past Stroll in the other racing point? Yes, we can. Can we dive down the inside of Ocon and Norris? We've got to be cautious. There's contact with Stroll there. He just, yeah, again, that's not my fault. That's him sticking his car into us. I suspect Zoe was on his other side as we're looking down the inside of Ocon. Tried to have a look at Norris as well in the McLaren, but nothing doing. Their sights, of course, is qualifying down, and I think McLaren is definitely a team that we're going to be battling, as Ocon tried to come back to us, but we cut him off basically, and to make sure that our less than loved teammate as us. Stroll's actually got missing part of his front wing end plate. He's holding up Zoe. There's the gap to Ocon already a couple of seconds, and this is only at the end of lap 1. So yes, already the racing point slowing down as we're closing on Norris now. We're going to dive it down the inside onto lap 2 and up into P9. Easy overtake. Thank you very much as we now jump to lap 4. This is Lewis Hamilton, who's out of the race. Well, he didn't enjoy a great season 3, but he's now out of the race. The safety car has come out, so it's lap 5 when the safety car got called out, and therefore everybody and their dog is coming into the pits except for a couple of stragglers who couldn't be bothered, who would already, they might have already parked the pit lane. We're going to double stack here at Alpine. Obviously softs are off, mediums are on there, quite comfortably do the rest, and we've jumped Albon there, very close to the Red Bull driver. Both Williams go through by the looks on that mini map. We'll get a look at that, but we jumped Vettel as well, and possibly Magnussen, I think that is, in the other AlphaTauri. As we look at the front, Matsuchitsa has the lead in the Haas, but he is yet to stop, and there's the 2 Williams in between Verstappen and the next car, which is Leclerc now, and it's not Magnussen that's behind us. It is his teammate Pierre Gasly, who hasn't had a great start to the season, but we'll see if he warms up as the AI once again are sluggish. Matsuchitsa starting to back them up to make sure, and we can have a run on here on Bottas. We're going to dive down the inside with, never mind dive it down the inside, we're going to have a triple dive bomb around the outside of Leclerc. Can we get this done? No, we can't. We have to give way because there's yellow flags, but still, I'll take that, the double dive bomb. I mean, Magnussen and Bottas, the AI on this game, to be fair, on safety car restarts are terrible, especially on long straights like this. As Matsushitsu's lead at the front lasted half a lap, because Verstappen's already down the inside, and we expect now Verstappen to run away. Now, especially the fact that there's 2 Williams and a Haas between ourselves. Well, we're technically up onto, I think we're actually on for a net P3 as it stands, and that confirms it. Yeah, P3, but we're going to try and make this P2 now. We've got a good slipstream off Leclerc. Not entirely sure where the Ferrari engine is. I know that the Renault engine in the back of this is lagging. We need one more upgrade to sort of put us ahead of the game and make us really fast, but of course Leclerc is probably going to come back at us now. We have got a lot of rich mix and ERS to play with, which is good because the engine didn't get reset between season 3 and 4. We defend the outside, we go a little bit deep into turn 2, but doesn't cost our line. But Leclerc is also coming back on the penultimate corner. There's contact there between myself and the Ferrari driver, but not doing that, and that's going to leave him open. That move is going to allow Magnussen to come back at Leclerc down the inside with DRS. Leclerc did not have DRS, and Magnussen swoops around the outside and it gets worse for Leclerc because Bottas now is coming through. So Ferrari's chance of getting a podium themselves in this series, although is less rare than me, is still a little bit of a rarity. But to be fair, Leclerc does keep his foot in compared to Bottas, but then Bottas gets DRS down the second DRS straight and moves up into P4. As Magnussen now is going to have a go at us in the penultimate corner on the penultimate lap. Sorry, the final corner on the penultimate lap, excuse me, as Verstappen has just run away. He's now almost 10 seconds up the road. We do get DRS, but we do keep, as we're watching Danny Kvyat, and he is out of the race with an engine failure. And that's going to help us out because it's going to give us, they're not going to recover his car in time. So there it is, yellow flags, and it's yellow flags down this back straight, which is going to help us out compared to Magnussen on the final lap. Means no overtaking, of course. So out the final corner, it's a rare podium, our only second podium for this team, the first for Alpine. Is this the start of something, or was it just a pot luck? We'll have to wait and see. But yes, a fantastic, making the best of the safety car and getting that preferred exit there as well. Nice to see the Alpine liveries the first time up on the podium, as well as Verstappen collects his trophy. 2 wins in 2 for the Dutch driver now as well. And Magnussen there just hanging about really. I mean, he's gone off the podium already. But there we are. Verstappen was unbeatable. Obviously, we're not really where we want to be, challenging the likes of Red Bull and Mercedes, but I think we did well today. Yes, we may not have the race pace, but we had the best strategy. We had the best strategy, and the pit crew managed to get us out ahead of the likes of Albon, and then of course the safety car restart. We made the most of that compared to the likes of where we were ahead of Norris and Ocon on only P8 really. Hamilton, he'll have to go back to the drawing board now. He did get 3rd in Australia, but now he's dropped down to 6th place. We're backed up into P4, which is laughable considering the fact we finished in P4 for the previous 2 seasons. So I don't think we'll be able to stay there, but obviously we've got points on the board now. Ocon as well got points on the board now. We need to keep that momentum and get points. Although Zandvoort is going to be tough. We'll have to wait and see. And we zoom up into P4 in the constructors though. But AlphaTauri will be the target there.
Really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
Well, in today's race we had the pit crew was
you left some
there
body
for us.
work out there on the track. Were you struggling for grip?
I'm not going to answer that.
It was more like Dodgems than Formula 1 today, wasn't it?
I'm not going to answer that either. Turn 1 was a little bit... So, she sighed at me again. We'll see if we can get a hat-trick next week at Zandvoort. A hat-trick of Claire sighing in episodes, because she sighed at me in yesterday's episode. I'm sure we'll try and see if we can get the hat-trick. But yes, we've got an invitational event as well, so I'm not looking too fruitful about that, because the past couple we haven't done very well at. Now, I'm also looking to continue our work with the Sashi side as well. I'm thinking, rather than doing that major weight redistribution, the energy store cells positioning one, if you recall back to when we put that one last year, the car didn't really feel that great. So I'm going to probably bypass that one with 2 minor upgrades, which will be on the other side with the tyre wear and those brakes upgrade as well there. On the aero side, I think we're fine for now, as long as we keep ahead of McLaren. Really, that's where the target I think for this season is. On the aero, we will eventually jump hopefully ahead of Ferrari and AlphaTauri, but of course we've got to see what the AI can do in terms of upgrading as well, and that minor brakes upgrade. It's going to cost us a bit, but that will be what we're targeting. I'm also going to be targeting as well the ultimate power upgrade, the turbo pressure, that's going to put us right back in the power, but it's going to cost us 3,000 resource points. So we'll be saving in the background for that as well. So if we do get enough, like over 2,500, then we might just say, okay, we're just going to halt development and we'll just put a push on, but we'll see. As well, durability, I'm not really too worried about that. I can manage it, and I don't really care if Ocon makes it or not, really, because it helps us gain team acclaim if we beat him. So yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today. If you have enjoyed, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, see plenty more episodes of the F1 2020 Driver Career Mode with Alpine as and when they come out on a weekly basis. But until the next video, I'll see it's time. Take care. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy your day, and goodbye.